She misses you.
I love her.
Well, we all love her. But I know that you love her in a very unique and special way.
Yes, our love is...
Limitless.
Yes, that's a good word for it. Unconditional and forever.
This weekend.
What was that?
She promised to play games with me this weekend.
Next weekend.
She said next weekend.
Fine.
Matt's here this weekend. It has to be next weekend. But next weekend, she can have me all weekend.
Yeah, you can have her all weekend next weekend.
Is Matt there this weekend?
Yes.
I approve.
She approves. It's cool. You heard that.
I did.
Cool. Okay, we are streaming. We are live.
We're live. We're doing it.
Did
There
they
we
see
go.
the Nevermore freak out?
Probably.
Excellent.
It's best to assume yes. The chat room sees everything.
Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah.
I can't pull up my chat room list. Currently unavailable.
Shenanigans.
Yeah. No kidding.
So we're just gonna wing it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have kind of two talking points. The big one you know of. The other one, I think we can probably just move right into it. So, yeah.
Oh, I didn't prepare for unknown talking points!
Well, here, let me help you with that.
Hi, chat room.
There.
We are going to keep going.
Yeah.
The show just started, and we're going to keep
I
going.
don't think that's actually a word, but we'll go with that.
Oh, it's close. Yeah, here, let me put a link
I just
in.
saw Ben's word.
There you go. I'll put a link in there for you, too, just so that you can see kind of what we might be referring to at some point.
Okay.
So I'll give you time to read it, too. It's not super long, but...
Okay.
Ben, your writing is fantastic.
Yeah, I know. I wish I did have fuzzy Murloc slippers. How come that's not a thing?
Is
It's not a
this
thing yet.
this thing that at the forums, because I kind of came in on page 3.
Yeah, it should pop you right to Lore's post.
If it didn't for me, I had to
It
scroll
didn't,
down a
yeah.
little
So
bit.
that's what I was
Oh.
going to say, because I did read Lore's post. So
Okay.
but
It's
it
on
didn't
page
pop me
3, number 52.
oh, there we go. Okay.
Yeah, sorry, the link popped me right to it, so.
Oh.
Yep. My density has popped me to you.
Oh, Ben, I'm so full. We need to not do Boston Market right before the show.
I kind of figured they would probably go that way, but I didn't want to say anything.
Just wanted to, thank goodness I didn't get turkey.
I got
I'd be
turkey.
out. You got turkey?
I
Why
got
are
turkey.
you the hyper one? That chicken was friggin' good.
Oh, I bet.
That's some good chicken.
Well, I'm loading my butt. Hey, Svensson, welcome back to Live.
Yeah. Welcome to the live show. This is where anything can happen, and probably will. Will Ben randomly take his shirt off and run around screaming?
Again?
Probably.
Wait, what?
Woohoo!
Okay.
I can see your desktop, Ben.
I know. I
I can see
realize
your
that.
mixer,
Ben,
Ben.
your desktop is showing. Ben, your desktop is showing.
I'm sorry.
Zip up your overlay, man.
Okay, I'm getting some weird cracklies. Give me a second. I'm going to shut down my voice meter and then come right back.
Okay.
About to do a
What?
show. I'm getting some weird crack. Now I can hear myself.
Yeah. It'll probably clear up in a second here.
Okay. What's supposed to happen on September 1st? The flying patch? No, that's already out.
No, it's possibly going to most likely be coming that day.
Oh, okay. I thought it was already live.
Yeah.
And the echo
You
isn't
can tell I
clearing up.
haven't done all the things that are going to get me flying because I haven't noticed the difference.
Okay, the echo's not clearing?
It's better now.
Nope. Now it is. Now it's good.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
good.
I just had to acknowledge it, and then it went away.
Told you. fooled you.
Yeah, Svensson, you probably need to restart your browser.
Yeah, Mew, you wouldn't get an echo. You're not on the call. But I can bring
It's
you on
just
the call
special.
just for
It's
fun.
just for us. It sounded really cool, though,
No,
for a minute.
I'm glad you liked it.
I didn't like it when it was me,
Okay. All
because
right.
I don't like the sound of my own voice. But
I am
Okay.
on board with all of the things.
Cool. Oh, I should probably... Man, see, okay, so I rearranged my setup, and I just realized that I don't have my soundboard up either. So give me a second here.
but how will you play Thwip Spider-Man
I'm working on it.
if we
Getting
talk
there.
about Spider-Man? Which, I don't know. It could happen.
It could have. It's happened at least once when I've been on the show.
The chances are pretty good, actually.
The Amazing Spider-Man.
Yep.
Spider-Man!
Spider-Man.
It always makes me want to sing that song
What,
that I can't think of the name.
Does
It's
whatever
like,
a spider
can't
can?
find a Spider-Man. He's a Spider-Man, though.
I know exactly which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
Can't find a Spider-Man.
Spider-Man!
Okay, so no news this... Well, I mean, there's news this week, but we're not talking about it, so we'll skip that bumper.
Yay.
Do this one.
Take that
Oh, yeah,
news.
Svensson's back. I get to creep Svensson out again. He always thinks I'm creepy when I look at the camera. Apparently, he's just too used to podcasting where people don't look at the camera.
I find
So
it really
now-
hard to look at the camera. It like weirds me out. I'm like,
Yeah.
whoa, what am I even looking at right now?
Well,
So now this is going to be just moments for Svensson. I'll be like, hello, Svensson.
See, that's creepy.
Are you ready for podcasting, Svensson?
don't bring up creepy
That's
stuff.
right. I
know
see
what
you in the
happens.
chat room, Svensson. Welcome.
Yes, welcome. Yeah, I moved my Skype window so it's underneath my camera now, so that instead of going like this when I'm looking at you guys when I talk, I'll be looking more closer to the camera.
I can do
Oh, fancy.
this. If I move the little window, now I'll look at Jocelyn over here. Now I'm not looking at the camera. There's Ben.
Ah!
Ah, hi, Ben.
Hi, John!
Hi, guys.
Hi,
They're
Jocelyn! Oh, man. Since I don't know if we're actually going to talk about it or not, should I play Jocelyn, our Spider-Man bumper?
Yeah, you should. Play.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if you got it pulled up.
I got it pulled up. I can do it right now. Just, you know.
Spider-Man!
It's
Nice.
so dumb.
Now you need to add the can't find a, and then play it that afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't find a...
Spider-Man!
Lovely.
There you go.
Wonderful.
Good. Glad that helped.
So impressed with you right now.
You should be. You should be. All right. Since we have semi-limited time here, should we get this started?
Yes, we should.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's start it right now. Jocelyn, I'll give you a countdown so we don't cut you off.
Oh, I have to remember what I'm supposed to say,
3, 2, 1, go.
but it's not written in the... I have no notes. Oh, my God.
This is
That
the
was my brain
test.
exploding.
You've been on the show enough that now you're supposed to be able to do it without a script. Those were all
I see.
rehearsals. This is game day.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. All right.
Oh my god, she
Put
just
on
swore
the little,
too!
like,
Ugh,
black
disease.
makeup thing. Okay, no pressure, no pressure, no pressure,
Yeah,
no pressure.
too much pressure. I can't even sneeze on camera. This is ridiculous.
No
No
whammy,
pressure.
no whammy.
Everybody stare directly into the camera while Jocelyn does this.
Oh, I'm actually supposed to talk. Okay. John, you're freaking me out. Okay. Hi, this is Jocelyn from the Gamers Inn and the Angry Chicken, and this is Azeroth Roundtable. No, I'm supposed to say, and you're listening to. Damn it.
You interrupted yourself. The one time we're going to let you go and you interrupted yourself.
It's circled around so much. See, I would have been fine with that because that is what they're listening to.
Okay.
I would have actually been totally okay with that intro.
Yeah.
But now we got to do it
No, I
again.
messed it up.
All right. Do you want to count
All right.
down or do you want to just go?
No, I can just do it. Okay.
Go when you feel it? Okay.
Yeah.
Don't laugh. Serious intro, Jocelyn.
Serious faces now. Come on.
Have zero fun.
This
No
show is
funsies
for
allowed.
serious people about about a video game. Video games are serious business.
So serial.
Seriously.
Super serial.
I'm totally
This
serious.
is. All right.
He didn't know you were going to start.
I didn't know.
Sorry, I didn't know you were going to start just then either. I
This
really
is why
didn't.
we have the
Okay.
countdown.
You know what? Just do the countdown. Just do it.
Okay. What do you want us to count down from?
3.
2,
Oh,
1.
you know what? Some people like a larger countdown.
So should I have just said 10? Just start
Okay.
at 10. Or,
Okay.
Oh, 100. Oh,
Not-
count me down from
okay.
100.
100, 99, 98, 97, 96, 95,
So close.
94, 93, 92, 91, 90, 89.
Okay, don't actually go that whole way. That's ridiculous. Just do 3. 3's fine.
3, 2, 1.
This is Jocelyn from the Gamers Inn and the Angry Chicken, and you're listening to Azeroth Roundtable. Boom!
She's interrupting herself. She's booming herself. Man.
Got it in 5.
That's how it's done.
Welcome to Azeroth Roundtable, episode 126, I think, right? Yeah, that sounds
Ish.
right. Cool.
Somewhere
Anyways,
in there.
my name is Ben Bumhofer, and with me, as always, is John Jagger. How's it going, John?
Hi, Ben. It's going good. I'm happy to be here talking about WoW with
Wow.
you, Ben Bumhofer.
Yes, John Jagger.
I don't know. We just needed to go into movie voice mode for a
Yeah.
minute.
And with us this week is Jocelyn. How's it going, Jocelyn?
Pretty fantastic, Ben. Thanks for asking.
Thanks for playing
Oh,
along.
This did get serious. We should keep this going. We should just see what road this leads us to.
Okay. So, politics and Warcraft.
Oh no! Oh no! We've taken a bad turn.
So, hi, Jocelyn. Welcome back.
Oh, thanks for having me, guys. You know I always love coming on here.
Well, we always love having you. So, it's a good match, I'd say.
I agree.
Yeah.
How have you guys been?
Good. John?
Good.
Okay.
I checked
Wonderful.
the notes.
I'm glad
The
everyone's good.
The notes said good, so I'm gonna say good.
He's lying. There are no notes. It's anarchy in here, people.
Anarchy, it's crazy!
We're making Jocelyn improv this this
Yeah.
episode this week.
It's gonna be bad.
Oh, no, it's
What
gonna
I
be
really
perfect.
love, though, is last episode, we had a very unconventional episode with Pat, where at the very end, I went down and broke down the entire structure of a show and, like, what it contains, why we do what we do, the order with which we do what we do, and now this week we're throwing it all out once again. So, everybody who listened to that whole thing, you're welcome. That was a big waste of time. We're gonna
Yeah.
We're gonna
Well,
keep
you know,
going, though.
John,
So
you're
is that why
entertaining.
there's no notes? Is you guys are just basically chucking the show and starting again?
Well, we thought we'd do something a little different. I mean, you've been on the show, this is your second or third time, something like that.
Oh, God.
So,
Is that all? Oh, it feels like 20.
yeah, I know. We tend to bring that out on people, unfortunately.
That happens when I'm on the show. Imagine how many episodes this feels like for Ben.
Yeah,
Poor
God.
Ben.
But, Jocelyn, it's been like, what, a week or two since we've talked to you. So what have you been up to? What have you been doing?
Rocket League.
That's the right decision.
Pretty much exclusively. I played a little bit of WoW. I did some PvP because we had the AIE Summer of Love event last weekend.
Mhm.
So I was super stoked. I was like, yes, finally AIE is going to get a big group together. We're going to PvP. So I played the whole entire day. I was doing random battlegrounds and it was awesome. Trying to gear up because, like, coop. And then there were no alliance. And the alliance that did show up either walked slowly with us through Stormwind or bowed. I was like, no, I want to shoot you in the face. Damn you, RP realm.
Well, yeah,
It was
that
so upsetting.
that's the sign of a an alliance that knows there's just a lot of people horde side on Earthen Ring. Whatever.
Yeah, they would have just got wrecked. There was, I don't know, probably there was 2 full raids. So there was 80 of us, and there was probably about 6 of them. But it might have been a fair fight.
Yeah, just one of those people just runs in. I can do it. I can do it.
That's what I was hoping for. At one point, there was one, like, YOLO Death Knight. And he was like, well, I'm already kind of, like, dead and back alive, and I'll get up again, right? Because that's how Death Knights work.
Yeah.
So he was just like, I'll run into the fray. Varian will protect me. He didn't.
He didn't care.
Nope.
Yeah, well, that's cool, though. I'm glad you had fun with that. I know that PvP has been something that you've been, I don't know if craving and lacking at the same time really works or not, but yeah.
Since 6.2, yeah, I've tried to Ashran quite a few times. It's terrible compared to the experience that I had earlier on in the expansion, because I loved Ashran. God, I was in there for 5, 6, 7 hours a day, not weekend days, like normal days. Weekends were just a total and utter write-off. I'd just kind of wake up and it would be Monday and I'd be like, wait, what? Did I kill enough pandas?
Not Pandaren people, just pandas.
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 This is a normal day for Jocelyn.
Did you go
Yeah.
eagle hunting while you're
Sad day for pandas.
So, yeah, and after 6.2, I tried, and it's awful. So, I really have this PvP itch. I want to get back into WoW, because there's nothing else that I do in Warcraft where I enjoy it, I grind it, I want to do it day after day after day. And you really need something in Warcraft that you feel that way about, whether it's pet battles or quests or rep or whatever. Because if you don't have that, you don't have a reason to go back in. So I lost my PvP grindy thing that I like to do, which was my Nemesis quests, because they're like impossible to do now, because I went into Ashran and there were 16 of us playing. That is Alliance plus Horde. There was like 8 on each side. It was terrible.
Yeah.
I was like, no one is in here at all. So, I don't know. I totally lost my kind of drive to play WoW because of that. And I can't wait for Legion.
Yeah.
Can it just be now, please?
Well, you've kind of hinted at the initial reason why we said we need Jocelyn for this episode.
Just a touch.
But I'm also really excited because what you've been doing has kept with your theme on the show of showing just your bloodthirsty rage when it comes to Warcraft.
Yeah.
I want to shoot him in the face. Why are they bowing?
Yes.
Why are they being so damn polite? Just flag already.
You
like, oh, you're-
definitely picked the right faction in WoW.
You invaded our space. Oh, how nice. Just, make yourself at home. Don't worry.
You want to use the chapel? Go right ahead.
Oh, there's a wedding. Oh. I don't know where that came
You wanted to pee in the Stormwind Fountain? Okay, I guess we're cool with that. Go ahead.
Yeah, I can see why. I mean, it's open water, and you're savages, so
Yeah, so
it's
I get it.
Yeah, well,
Love the Horde.
that's kind of a bummer, though. But I totally get it, though. You need that thing that is really just screaming at you to play the game constantly. I mean, I'm logging in to do the pet battle in my garrison on 3 tunes, and then there's raid.
See, I don't have raid anymore, so the only thing that was pulling me in was PvP, and it's just not there anymore. So now, yeah, like I said, I've just been playing, Hearthstone, because we've got Grand Tournament is coming out on Monday, which is so exciting. Those 50 packs have been tormenting me long enough. I am going to crack them open, and I'm going to get my cards, and I'm just going to, oh man, so much ladder. It's going to be so good. And until then, I've got Rocket League, which is like the perfect game because it's like these little 5-minute chunks. So you can kind of get up and leave at any time. It's competitive, which obviously I enjoy. I'm pretty terrible, but I'm getting a little bit better every time. So still makes me rage and then swear like a sailor. And I got the closest I've ever been to throwing the controller today.
Good.
And it actually had nothing to do with the other team. I was playing with Matt. We were doing 2v2s, and he's just way, way better than I am, which is fine because he's put like 150 hours in on every platform that it actually exists on, including 2
Impressive.
PlayStations because his at home and mine out in Halifax. So it's pretty ridiculous, the amount that he's played, but he's really, really good. So I would see him doing stuff, and then I'd try to do stuff, and I kept switching between like PC, where I use an Xbox controller, and PS4, where obviously I have a PS4 controller, and I just couldn't make it work. And so I was like just missing the ball by like this much every single time. Got to the point where I was just like, I would just go flying at the ball and flying past it, like right into the net or something, and the ball would just like bounce away, and I would just be like mashing all the buttons, and I was just like, ah! I am useless. And I almost threw it, almost, but I didn't.
I'm very proud of you for not.
I know, it was close, dude. There was some rage. It's a great game, though. You guys should all go pick it up.
John, I think you're muted.
I was gonna say I can't hear him.
He's just all smiling and talking. He's like,
Yeah, I'm just having a good conversation. Don't worry about it. That'll be on another show, one that's not being recorded right now.
yeah, John, are you having those same sort of geometry issues going from your PC to PS4?
A little bit. I thought it would be really cool to go from PC, which I'd played a ton of, over to my PS4, and I sat down and I was like, man, look at me, rank 1. I'm going to be getting in with all these fresh people. I'm going to just roll right over the top of them. And then as soon as I started playing, I was like, I don't know how controls work. This, like, it was time for the initial, like, everybody run and hit the ball, and I'm just, like, hovering in midair. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I hit the wrong button all the time. It's like off the start, everyone's like rushing into the middle, and I'm like, bounce, bounce. It's like, whoops.
Just happy to be out on the field today.
Yeah.
You're defending. That's what you're doing. You're jumping just in case it flies back at you.
Just in
Oh,
case.
there's a good excuse. I was gonna go with cheerleading, like go team. But
Well, there's that too. I mean,
defending works. Defending works. We'll go with that.
that is the secondary aspect of a goalie, is to cheerlead. Everybody knows
Right.
that.
Exactly. Yeah.
No, it works.
Anyways, John, what have you been doing? I mean, you actually came to raid last week, which was really cool. Not on Thursday. We missed you, but I mean, there's a really good reason why you weren't there, I think.
Yeah, I was eating.
I think it's a terrible reason.
Really? Because it was his birthday.
I know.
Okay. Just making sure.
I mean, I don't think it was necessarily a good reason. I wasn't necessarily doing anything more important. I think it was just more of I let the day get away from me, and then I went, what time is it? 9:30, and I get in, and I'm like opening up the Battle.net launcher, and I see everybody on my friends list go from in a raid to like their garrison. And I was like, clearly I missed it because everybody's in the garrison now. That's how I know. But yeah, it was, getting in there doing actual normal was pretty darn fun. And I'm not gonna lie, this is how bad it's gotten. I'm gonna just describe it to everybody, and it is what it is. And
I'm a little worried now.
How it goes. I might now be raiding for the sole purpose of getting transmog gear.
Oh, is that good or bad?
I don't know. I don't know if that
I was
means
like,
I have a problem.
I was shocked. Ben is clapping, so
Hey,
now
it's a
I'm
reason to get
confused.
him to raid, and I'm
Oh,
fine with that.
I really like parts of how the monk set in there look, and so I was like, I want those. I'm gonna have to raid to get those, but I want them, so I guess I'm gonna raid. So
Yeah.
that might have been the reason I went in, and I used all my bonus rolls to try and get it. I was like, please, I really want. And it was the first time ever, because I always complain about never getting weapon drops in the game, and so I was like, bonus roll, and then I got to another one where I was like, okay, there's 2 pieces that drop that I really want. Bonus roll. I got a weapon. So I got this weapon upgrade, and I was actually really bummed about it. So, it's weird. I raid for weird reasons now, I guess, is the moral of the story.
Well, would it make you sad to know that I have the tier headpiece, the lookalike shoulders, and the lookalike chest?
Yeah, I know. I saw you get it, and I was like, that Ben always getting my stuff.
Yeah, it's what I do.
So, but yeah, we've got. I really just want the chest piece and the shoulders. I feel like I can work around everything else if I need to.
Yeah, I've got lookalikes on those, so they drop.
So
You know, from the
I
first
would be
view.
good with just that, and
Okay.
you'll see me get that, and then you'll see me quit raiding for it.
Probably.
Not probably till Legion comes up, and then who knows what I'll be doing.
Yeah.
But I've been, a little bit of WoW. I got my shipyard. I did the 3rd quest, which I think means you get an upgraded shipyard, but it was kind of hard to tell if it did or not. I wasn't really sure. I was like, complete quest, and it's like, here's the plans for a carrier. I was like, great.
Yeah.
I don't think I have space to build it. And then I went down and tried to build it and was able to build it, and I was like, did you upgrade? Is this...
Yeah, the shipyard doesn't change at all.
Okay.
You could just, like, have more ships. That's it.
Okay, good. Because I was standing there and I'm like, this looks the same. Something has gone wrong here. And I blame faulty Horde engineering. So I did that. I need to keep working on my legendary quest. I've been really slacking. I actually tried. I was going to go into the LFR and go in and do it. And I queued for the wrong LFR. Once again, just to show you how, non-committed to anything in WoW I am, I got up to the boss. Boss I've never downed before that by all accounts is fun. It was, what's his name? The dude with the hammer and he's fire. Blackhand. That's it.
Okay. Oh, that's actually a really good fight. It's a lot of fun.
So I got up to him. I've heard he's fun. I'm in there. I'm looking at him, and I was like, I am in the wrong raid. /AFK. Please. So, yeah. So I should have probably done it, but I just not what I was here to do. And then I got the deserter thing, so I was like, well, you can't do it for another 30 minutes, and then I forgot to queue again. So
That's okay. It happens.
it's been a week. So yeah, other than that, Heroes, my team Chocolate, in all its glory, got eliminated from the tournament.
Aw.
It was a little sad.
Bummer.
But the finals are tomorrow. I'm really looking forward to seeing that. We've got Garrett and Kyle from Into the Nexus. They're going to be shoutcasting the finals. So excited. They are doing such a good job on that. Everybody who's done announcing has been amazing. I've had just as much fun watching it as I have playing it, and it's just been an absolute blast. So I'm really looking forward to that. I bought the Monk.
Ooh.
And I have yet to play him, but I bought him.
That sounds about
I have
right.
A problem, Ben.
I know you do.
I have also spent a whole lot of money on that game and have not played it much.
We need to get you in there.
Yeah.
You need to. We all need to have. We'll have a good time.
Yeah, we play a lot.
That is what everyone tells me is, oh, we play all the time. You'll have so much fun. Just come play with us. And then I play like 2, maybe 3 rounds, and I'm like, meh.
Okay.
When
so,
Overwatch comes, I'm going to get stupid into Overwatch.
Okay, you'll be my Overwatch buddy then.
Okay, good.
Can I be an I want to play
No.
Overwatch. Oh.
No.
John, we'll do
Never get
Overwatch
picked
on the
for-
side when Jocelyn's not around, okay?
Ben, I thought we were buddies.
We are. We're totally Overwatch
I thought we
buddies.
were Overwatch excluwe're
Aw.
We didn't talk about
Man,
being
I should have
exclusive.
set my Facebook status.
I'm returning my Overwatch promise ring.
We're Overwatch over.
So it's great. It's great. I'm really liking all the Blizzard games right now. And if you like Blizzard games, you're about to have a really good couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Starting with this last week, it's about to just get crazy.
Oh, yeah.
So, it's a fantastic time to be a fan. Ben, you should pick up Hearthstone just so you can be excited.
Yes.
It's
do.
on my computer and my phone, so yeah, Hearthstone! Woo!
I always recommend it when Jocelyn's on because I know I'll have someone else to go, yeah, rather than some other enabler that's like, I also don't play Hearthstone.
Is that your generic nerd voice?
There's
Yeah,
nothing.
that's all of our guests that don't like Hearthstone.
There's nothing wrong with that, Sean. People can like the things that they like and what they don't like, even if
My
it's
name is
Hearthstone.
Ben, and I am hosting a show. So that's me, Ben. That's my week. What have you been doing?
You know what? I was in a little tournament called Hero of the Pants or Heroes of the Pants.
Did that go any better for you than it did for me?
Well, you announced the finals. My team's not in it. No, we, for a valiant effort, we did okay holding our own in 2 games where we were creamed. Considering we went up against one of the teams who's actually in the final, right? I think.
That's tough.
Yeah. We did okay, though. I mean, we had a lot of fun doing it. The funny thing is that on Saturday, the 2 out of 3 matches that we played, I was the only original member of the team who was actually able to be there.
Oh, no.
But, it was great. We had people fill in and, had people, join the team after others had to leave for, life reasons and stuff like that. So I'm just sitting there. I'm seeing 4 people who, I know they're my friends now and everything like this. I'm just like, it's been a really short journey for some of you. Yeah, whatever. But
can't even give a good motivational speech. It's been a long, hard road
for me.
For me,
go me. Yeah. The funny thing about Heroes, though, is that Jocelyn, you know how you said you play, 2 or 3 matches, you're kind of meh. That's how I was for a really long time. And then Leoric came out, and I love that character so much, and I have so much fun playing as him. He's the Skeleton King. Carries around the giant mace. Yeah.
Yeah, see, I actually haven't played... I'm trying to remember who the last one was, I guess. Crap, I don't even remember. So Sylvanas came out and I was still playing.
Okay.
It was 2, maybe 3 releases after that, and then I stopped.
So Kael'thas was after her.
Yeah, okay.
And then
the Butcher?
Okay, I haven't played with the Butcher.
Okay.
You know what? You might actually really like the Butcher.
Is it because you think I'm bloodthirsty and ridiculously competitive?
Exactly because you are bloodthirsty.
Okay.
Look,
he literally collects blood.
Interesting.
He does.
So, when you charge the enemy, it plays like in horror movies, the sharp violin sound like that.
Yeah.
It plays that when he charges them as a way to terrify your enemy as you're coming after them. It's fantastic.
One of his ultimate moves, he turns a person into essentially a goat that's going to feed a T-Rex.
Oh, I think Nevermore was telling me about that.
Yeah.
I do vaguely remember the Jurassic Park reference and going, oh yeah, all right.
You might like him. You might.
Do you like the idea? Let me build a scene for you. You tell me if this seems like something you would dig. An innocent enemy player is wandering, grazing amongst the field, unaware that you're lurking in the nearby bushes. Suddenly, you throw out a stake. The stake attaches to the player. He panics. He starts to run, but he gets yanked back to the stake. He can't go anywhere. Suddenly, you charge from the bushes, and you carve him up and eat his fresh meat.
Yes.
You might like the Butcher.
Butcher might be for you.
Yeah,
okay.
Definitely. Yeah.
I can get behind that.
Yeah, really.
I might actually have to jump back in. Jim in the chat room is reminding me we played on stream about 9 or 10 weeks ago. So yeah, it's been a couple months since I've been in there. And everyone seems to love it. Everyone's really into it. I'm happy for them.
Well, that's good. That's good. You know what? You probably have enough wins in Hearthstone to have the Hearthstone card mount.
That's kind of... Oh, I already have those.
Yeah.
I went in and got that.
Stuff. Yeah, but once you do find the character that you like, the game just gets infinitely better. To the point where I'm like, ooh, let's try this hero. Let's try this hero. Let's try this one. And I'm really enjoying it.
Well, I did like Lily for a really long time, but I found that I very, very quickly got out-Lili'd by the other team. I wasn't really paying attention to the meta. I wasn't really, I just kind of... I hit a point and then just kind of stayed the same and then wasn't doing as well as I should be. And then that got really frustrating because I actually did like playing her. Then Sylvanas came out and I liked playing Sylvanas, but I never got really good with her. Like I just kind of was messing around and never quite got the hang of how she really should be played. I had fun playing her, but I wasn't doing nearly as much damage as I should have been. So I just never got that. I just never clicked with a character, I guess, or with a role. So I don't know. I got really frustrated. I'm too competitive to not pick it up right away. And I found that like I was switching between a lot of different games, and by switching between a lot of different games all on the PC platform and having different controls and stuff, Heroes was the only one that I would like move the way you move in Heroes and do the stuff that you do in Heroes. And it was just too jarring, and it took too long for me to kind of get back to that level of play where I wanted to be. So I just stopped. I was just like, I have too much else going on right now. Like at the time I was really into WoW PvP. I was playing a lot of Smite. I was streaming a lot. Plus I had Hearthstone on the go too. And I'm still constantly trying to stay up with that meta and really push every month. Like I still haven't hit Legend, which is also frustrating me, but I feel like that's an obstacle I can overcome. With Heroes, I feel like it's just everyone else is just so beyond me now.
Well, not to turn this into a Heroes podcast, but
Too late.
It's happening. Just go with it.
And John, keep in mind, this is me doing this and not you this week, which
I
is
know,
actually
I'm
pretty
just sitting back.
fantastic.
Hold on. Before you say what you're going to say, I just want to briefly point out a little irony that I find here. That Jocelyn is essentially saying the same thing you say about Hearthstone.
I get it.
When I try to sell you on Hearthstone, and now you're the one who's like, but wait, there's more.
I was just going to say, if you do want to jump back in, you have plenty of people who will gladly play with you at any skill level that you want, help show you the ropes, and just have fun.
That's right.
Yeah, you say that, but I played with Nevermore, and she was like, okay, I'll just give you a little bit of information. And then she was like, okay, there's this and this and then this and this, and this is how you ping the map. And then you go here, and don't forget to do this and this and this, and this map does this. And then, oh, your character, here's all the things you need to know. Splah. And I was like,
we'll hook you up with Raynor. No, and that's the thing that's different between, like, I'm assuming Smite because I don't know it as well, because, you know, I did watch some videos on it to see if it's something that I would want to do. But compared to, like, League and Dota and stuff like that, the fact that there's, like, you know, objectives throughout the whole map and everything like that, there's a lot going on. So I can totally see how there could be, like, I'll just give you a little bit. Bleh.
Right.
Yeah, in fact,
well, that's the thing. Like, there's all the stuff you have to know about the maps. There's all the stuff you have to know about the role. Then you have to pick your talents. You have to know your character and the best ways to combo their abilities. And all in all, that's a whole lot of information to absorb while you're waiting for the gates to go down and the minions to spawn. So it's and that's one of the reasons that I really liked Smite and I kind of gravitated towards that, is because it has a mode that's basically just like, there's no map mechanics other than towers and minions, and you just can play any god in the game. It's randomly assigned, and you can turn on like auto skills and auto items. So all you have to worry about is learning how to move and learning what all the different gods are and stuff. And in Heroes, they just don't have that. There's like the tutorial and you can practice, but it's just not the same. Like in Smite, you can kind of gradually add in the complexity in that mode, but you're still playing against real people. So you still get that competitiveness. But yeah, because I find that's the other thing. I've tried playing against bots and I've tried to get better against bots, and then you go against real people and it's totally different.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why I got so far into Smite. And now I've been playing Smite for a year and a half ish. And you know, so that's my MOBA of choice.
Nothing wrong with that at all. I'm just saying, if you do want to play, we're always here for you.
I may take you up on that.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
Play the butcher.
Just to play the butcher, yeah.
Fresh
Next time the butcher's free, let me know, and I'll jump in.
Okay.
I think he's free this week.
Lies! You just wanted to get me in.
Yeah.
I know, he's not free
tricking
this
you.
week.
It's a trap.
Anyway, so, John, you were talking about legendary quests in WoW. The most amazing thing happened. On my mage, who I'm not raiding with, I got the shipyard quest item that I needed. So, boom, go me. Never have to do the shipyard on that character again.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
that's the greatest gift.
It really is. Especially since before that point, I actually got the black market auction house person, and they're standing right by my town hall. So I'm like, cool. I don't trust them, but cool. Yeah, and it's a bummer you can't actually, like, you know, do an auction with them. You still have to go to the auctioneer to put it. You can just see what's actually, you know, available. So that's kind of nice. But, yeah. Anyways, no more shipyards. I'm so happy about that. I still need to actually, like, finish the first initial dungeons on my monk, though. So I'm a little bit behind on her.
Little bit.
Oh, you have to do dungeons? Because I have to do dungeons. Because I'm, like, way far behind on the legendary quest thing.
Okay.
I haven't even done the heroic dungeon thing.
Yeah, I've got the last one of the initial 3, and then the one after that I still have to do. So I've got to do Stone, or the Heart of Fire, or whatever.
Yeah.
You have to go to the stupid one where there's the boss that's on the bridge.
Firestone heart thing.
The
yeah,
fire.
Styrofoam.
Yeah, styrofoam. I need the styrofoam heart.
Styrofoam. Perfect.
Exactly.
Next expansion, WoW's ozone layer degrades.
It's not good. Not good. Stupid chlorofluorocarbons.
Because of this Hall of Styrofoam.
Yes. Yes, it is. Anyways, let's go ahead and jump right into this. Shut it!
Roundtable.
Oh my gosh, we skipped news, guys! We have no notes, we're off the rails, it's crazy!
Woo!
Woo!
Woo! That was my crazy woo.
It's so normal next to your normal woo.
I know. I have to remember it's 12:15. I can't really go real crazy.
That's
wooing.
right. Forgot about that. Anyways, welcome to the Roundtable, where we discuss in depth the issues that mean the most to us, the players. This week's Roundtable topic is all about stuff that we want to talk about.
Great. Glad you did that intro, Ben.
You're welcome, John.
I was all ready to get excited because I thought you were going to say the thing that you told me before, and
Okay.
I was about to go.
Okay. I'm all about stuff that in the play. This
Hold
week's
on.
Roundtable topic.
Hold on, I want to do it. I want to do that.
Okay.
Welcome to the Roundtable, where we discuss the issues that mean the most to you, the players. This week's Roundtable discussion is all about PvP in Legion, and we've invited Jocelyn along to share her perspective. Jocelyn, you this expansion you have experienced a fiery passion for PvP, a fiery hatred for PvP. There's a lot of fire, but a lot of different emotions. So we've covered a lot about what they talked about on Legion, but one thing that Ben and I have tiptoed around every time it has come up because we don't understand it, and we look at it from the bushes, and when it looks at us, we duck down behind them and pretend like we're not there, and that is the PvP changes. So when we heard the announcement, we had no real idea, are these good changes? Are these changes PvP people, or PvPeople, if you will, are going to be excited about?
So glad you said
So we
that.
invited a PV person to talk about it. And that's you.
Yes, I am really excited about the changes coming in Legion. And before we get too far into it, I should say, like, I'm not a really competitive arena player or anything like that. I like Battlegrounds. I like World PvP. I'm very much, I guess, middle of the road, I would say, in terms of a PvP skilled player. Like, I'm usually top of the DPS charts whenever I was in Ashran. So I'm good at it, but I'm not, like, serious competitive ranking up type player. So just before we get too far into it, I just wanted to say, like, there might be a totally different perspective from people who are actually trying to compete in WoW, in arenas and all that kind of stuff. But just from a purely, like, enjoyment perspective, I'm excited about the changes.
So what you're saying is that this is the perspective of someone who just really enjoys it and uses it to quench her bloodthirst.
Yes,
Okay.
Exactly.
Perfect.
So basically what they're doing, have you guys covered it at all, or?
like maybe talked over the basic points, but not really dove too deep into it.
Okay, so right now, the way that PvP works is you have two different types of currency. You have your honor and your conquest. And your honor comes from basically just entry-level PvP. You've got your world PvP. You've got your battlegrounds, but not the rated ones, just like your straight-up regular battlegrounds. And then if you do rated battlegrounds or if you do arenas, then you get conquest points. So, as well as some quests and Ashran will give you conquest and that kind of stuff. So the better gear is available for the conquest points. And there's a really, really, really big difference. I think the stat that they quoted in the presentation at Gamescom was there's like an 80% difference in the power of a player who's fully conquest geared versus the power of a player who's fully honor geared. And so that's a huge discrepancy. It means your conquest player is almost twice as powerful as your honor player. And when you're all trying to be in the same environment, whether that's Battlegrounds or Ashran, it's so frustrating. So frustrating. It's just not fun. So basically what they've done is they've gotten rid of currency and they've instead replaced it with this almost like an XP sort of a system. So you're just going to accumulate honor until you hit, and you kind of level up from 1 to 50. And as you level up from 1 to 50, you unlock different kind of, they're actually kind of closer to glyphs than they are to, say, a talent, because in general, you're not getting new spells, you're getting kind of modifiers to your existing spells. So the one that I found the most interesting is the Bloodlust example. So right now, when you Bloodlust, you get everybody, and then the cooldown is like 2 minutes long, or maybe longer, I can't remember.
10.
10 minutes?
10
is
minutes
it really?
for Bloodlust.
Huh. That's really long.
Yep.
So, anyways, but it hits your whole group. It makes you do crazy, stupid damage. And then you have a modifier to that that you can earn through leveling up through PvP that instead of hitting the whole group, you hit yourself and one target. And I think this is where I'm getting the 2 minutes from, because I think they changed when you just have two targets, your cooldown is like way, way shorter.
Gotcha.
So it allows you to change your playstyle and rely on your skill a whole lot more than just straight up like, do I have the right weapon? Like, I have an honor weapon, you have a conquest weapon, so you're going to wreck my face. It's like, well, no, I've chosen this specific talent and you've chosen that specific talent because you're better at moving than I am. So if I stand still, I do more damage, but then, you go ping, 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 and you do more damage to me. And it allows you to adapt to your play style without actually giving different abilities and without actually giving you gear. So I'm really excited about it. I think it's a great idea. I love that no matter what PvP activity I'm participating in, I'm working towards the same goals as somebody who's playing rated arena. And again, and this is why I say, like, I'm not a competitive arena player, so it's possible the competitive arena players are like, wait, what? I'm not going to be twice as powerful anymore? And I can see them being a little pissed off. But I'm really, really excited.
Yeah,
but to me, looking at that, like, that makes sense to me, because you look at something like, I never thought I would get into any sort of competitive PvP-esque game. It's just not the kind of thing I typically get into. But here I am playing Rocket League all the time, and here I am playing Heroes of the Storm all the time. And it's not like in Rocket League, like, oh, I got an epic car chassis that I equip, and now I'm way better at being a car than anybody else. They don't do that. You're on a level playing field. The only thing that you bring is your skill. And there's a bunch of cosmetics you can get. There's a ton of unlocks and stuff, but generally speaking, you're bringing your skill. Same sort of idea in Heroes, like, not all the heroes are built the same. There is kind of a meta as to what's good and what's not, but a good player, even on a character that's maybe not in fashion within, the current game meta, is going to do really great things for their team. Mm-hmm. So when I look at WoW PvP and you see a system that's based mostly around, well, maybe I'm not a great player, but I got the gear, I put in the time and I got the gear, so now I'm going to just do better than, somebody who's, and obviously a good player will get there eventually.
Yeah.
But to me, if you're at least from the outside looking in, if you're getting upset like, oh man, now we're going to be on a more level playing field, like, it's a good thing. Like, you should want to prove how you can actually do against other players and not just, I'm really good at getting the gear and therefore being better than everybody else.
Yeah,
and time is a really interesting thing here, because with earning your currency, not so much honor, but with conquest, like, you had a weekly cap. You could only, no matter how many times you played an arena, no matter how many rated battlegrounds you did, you could only earn so much conquest within a given week. With the new PvP kind of experience honor system, then you can basically rank up as fast as you want to. You can, every single thing that you do is going to give you honor, and all of that is going to count towards your PvP level. So it gives people that much more of an incentive. I mean, before you could kind of like grind for your rating, because everybody who does competitive arena gets a rating. So you could kind of grind. Basically, it was like grinding the ladder in Hearthstone. Like, you don't actually get a reward for it. You just get a higher number. So it was the same sort of idea in arena. You would just get a higher rank, but you got capped to your conquest. You couldn't earn any more currency. So you were kind of like, it was gated as to when everyone was going to get their gear. This way, it's just like, if I want to go from 1 to 50 in a week, I can get to max PvP level in a week. In theory, I guess. I don't know. I don't actually know what all the rewards for honor are, but the idea is basically like you can level at your own pace, the same as you would level a PvE character. So I love it. It's really, 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 really exciting. And you're right. There is no incentive to get better gear. They haven't really talked too much about what they're going to do with PvP gear, if you're even going to have PvP gear. From what I kind of understand, I mean, obviously we're all going to have those artifact weapons. So there's going to be cosmetic PvP weapons, but I don't think there's actually going to be like PvP specific gear, which I think is really interesting. You're not going to have gear anymore. You're going to be grinding for talents, for modifiers. And that to me is way more exciting.
Yeah, and it's something like that that I find really more interesting as well. Back when, I believe it was when we had Coltrane on, we talked a lot about, PvP versus something like a MOBA, specifically Heroes, and why, John and I are prime examples of, we're not that big into PvP and WoW, and a lot of it was gear-based and everything like that, whereas with Heroes, you start out at that level playing field, and as you're going through, like progressing just in that match, but you always have that same starting point. So even if they do have some sort of gear in there and everything, which, I mean, I figure they're going to have something, but it might be more of just like a reward, like transmog wise or something like that, as you go through like the I guess Call of Duty ladder type thing that they're actually putting in here.
System.
Yeah, the prestige system. And to me, I find that so much more interesting, because if there's something that I want, like a certain look of say I'm a paladin and I know there's Ashbringer and there's the PvP version of Ashbringer that I really want, I'm going to work my way towards that. And it's going to be one of those things that's just, I don't know, it makes it more appealing for me, because I'm not going to walk in on my mage and just die instantly off of someone who is way better geared because I'm in raid gear and they're in full conquest gear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think that seems to be kind of what they're aiming for, is that they want to open PvP up to people who that's not necessarily their priority. Like, they want to make it more appealing to everybody. They want people to think of PvP like you think of raiding, where, you can start with a group and you can go in with whatever gear you get from questing, and you can start leveling up the same way you do with raid gear. Like, you get a little piece at a time. With PvP, you'll get a little talent, a little modifier at a time. And it's going to be really interesting to see how fast you can actually level from 0 to 50, because like you did allude to, and I hadn't explained yet, is the prestige system. And it's very much like Call of Duty. So basically you can go over, actually it's exactly like Call of Duty. You can go from your like level 0 or 1. I'm not actually 100% sure what it starts at in PvP, but you can basically go from like 0 honor all the way up to level 50 honor. Then you can make a choice of either staying there, and I think that's where a lot of the competitive arena players are going to do. They're probably not going to prestige. But you do have the option when you hit 50 to reset yourself back to 0, and then you get like a little modifier on your little portrait in game, and it'll say like you can go from, I think you can prestige 4 times.
I think that the example that they have is 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember if it was 4 or 5. I think it's 4. And so you can basically reset yourself. You lose all your talents, you lose all your everything, but then you get this prestige 1 value, and then you can rank up again, and then you can reset again. And every single time that you're ranking up, you're earning cosmetic bonuses. So like I said, you have your modifier on your portrait for your character. There's mounts available. There's the artifact transmog. It just, and dudes, I don't know if you saw it or not, but that mount, oh, yes, please.
Yeah, it was really good.
It was really, really cool. And it kind of has to be, because when you think of like the amount of work it's going to take to get from a 0 level PvP character all the way up to a 50 level PvP character, and then you're going to have to do that over and over and over. Like, that's going to be a hell of a lot of work. If I'm going to do that 2 or 3 times to get a mount, it's better be a pretty sick mount. And it looks pretty amazing. So I'm excited. I'm going to prestige over and over and over again as many times as they'll let me. Because, again, like, this is what I like to do. And the reason that I liked Ashran and that I like Battlegrounds over arenas is I prefer bigger, more complicated fights.
Yeah.
Not saying arena's not complicated, but when you can have a fight between 2 or 3 people that lasts 5 to 10 minutes, that to me is not necessarily as exciting. And actually, I don't even think I've ever seen an arena go 10 minutes. It's like they're usually really, really quick, which is great when you're trying to earn your conquest points. But from at least a fun perspective, from how I like to play the game, I like big, long, epic battles. I like to be able to die in battle and respawn and run back and get right back into that exact same team fight. Like, that's what I'm all about in PvP. So that's why I loved Ashran so much, because you had like 100 players fighting 100 other players, and it was just this crazy big shabla all over Ashran all the time.
So let me tell
you. I know,
you.
that's the technical term, guys.
A shabla.
Yeah.
A shabla.
Let me tell you about the arena match that I was in that did go at probably at least 20 minutes. It was down to me and a druid, and we were both out of mana. And so we're smacking each other with our staffs. The druid would hit, renew whatever regen they had, and then I would spell steal it. So we'd get about the same amount of health each, start beating each other. Same thing would happen, just over and over again. It was not fun. But I ended up winning. But instead of spell stealing, I just threw a spell at him after that. So it worked. But no, I mean, and that's the thing is, my favorite battleground, even though the Horde always loses because of that damn bridge, is Alterac Valley. I love it. I love, just running at each other, fighting, even if it's on the road. I don't care. It's fun. And, just all that really cool stuff. And to me, that is so much more fun than, just arena stuff. I mean, I think I'm one of the few people who actually really enjoyed Tolbarad. You either defend here and then the Alliance runs over there, then you chase after him, then there's this big, huge fight, and then, they're running over there, let's go get them, big, huge fight. And it just, that kind of stuff where, I don't know, maybe it's just because I was a mage in arena and I was singled out all the time right away because, heavy damage dealer. It's more fun because I can live, I can hide among other people and still do my job and, totally kick ass.
Yes, yeah. That's definitely what I like doing in PvP, because, I mean, I play a hunter, so especially now that they've introduced the whole lone wolf thing, I love it because I can just stand back, I don't have to worry about a pet, I can just sit there and I can just, pew, 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 and it's so much fun to me to do stuff like that, as opposed to just be stuck in this little circle and kill, and then you're done.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to it. I think it's great that they're awarding honor in everything, so everyone's going to be able to earn it. I am interested to see what the really competitive PvP players do with this, because I want to know if they're going to prestige or not, because, I mean, I guess it depends on how fast you can rank up, because you lose all of your talents and all of your abilities, or whatever they're going to call them. You lose all of that when you prestige. You go back to 0 and you have nothing. So if you're a competitive arena player that all of a sudden doesn't have access to any of his skills, that's a huge deal. So I don't know if they're actually going to be doing that or not, and I'm interested to see how this all plays out.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be really cool. And when I first heard about the prestiging, there was a part of me that kind of rolled my eyes and was like, okay, here we go. Now I'm gonna level up again with my golden AK-47 this time.
Well, here's the best thing: if you get 5 kills before you die, you can call in a gunship.
Oh, sweet! I'm on board again. But the reason I think it initially turned me off was because I was putting it in the context of what PvP is now. And I was like, well, I barely want to PvP at all right now. Like, why would I want to go through a whole big grind and then do it all over again? But to me, the thing is once they do bring that down to where it's less about the gear you have and more about the skill, like once they can get it to be a fun experience to get into PvP, I might be all for it again. And I might want to jump in. And that was the other thing, too, is by making it all honor, I get to participate in the type of PvP that I want to.
Exactly.
I don't have to feel like, oh, I gotta go do arenas, or, you know, I'm stuck doing this, or I gotta do Tolbarad, and I don't ever know what to do except to spawn and die instantly from the tree that's, like, standing on the camp. So I'm actually kind of excited for it. You know, we'll see. It's been a long time since I put on the PvP gloves. I guess they're gloves now. And
well,
so
for a long period of time anyway.
Yeah.
What?
For a long period of time, because you know, I think I don't think it was last time, but the time before when Jocelyn was on and they were doing the whole Terran Mill versus South Shore, and we did that, and
right.
we had fun until bullshit mechanics popped up, and
bullshit mechanics.
Yeah.
We won at least once,
eventually.
Right?
Yeah, we won the match we lost, and we lost the match we won.
Yeah,
exactly.
Which was weird.
It was
So
very
weird.
weird. But I mean, we had a lot of fun with that, and like that's the kind of thing that I could get into doing. And you know, if it makes a lot of people interested in PvP again, I would definitely be into that experience, because so often PvP is just like a quiet, like, okay, I'm in a queue for it, and now I'm in here, and now I'm doing it. But if you can get people on Skype to talk and coordinate with and all of that, even better.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, so, I mean, it's features like this that I really get excited about, especially when a new expansion's coming and everything. But even more so, new patches are always something that I always look forward to. You know, even if it's just a selfie camp, there's new stuff that's being added to the game. Now, one of the things that Blizzard has actually been kind of, you know, criticized for lately is the way that they've been communicating, you know, just information, whether it's about patches, whether it's about the new expansion that's coming out, or just anything in general during the whole time of Warlords of Draenor. And there was actually a post that popped up earlier in the week saying that, hey guys, guess what? The next patch, what is it, 6.2.2? It's going to be coming September 1st, so woohoo! And then I believe it was Lore added in there in the comments later on saying, as long as, you know, there's no huge bugs or something in this, it will be coming out that day. You know, he put the whole, we can't 100% guarantee it because thing that's in there. And something happened that has been happening quite a while in the Warcraft fan base. I don't know if it's the vocal minority. I don't know if it's like 4 or 5 people who are just jerks. I don't know if it's 90% of us, whatever. Things just went all to hell. And that's the problem. Here's the thing, guys. You need to go and read what Lore wrote in response to all this stuff. We're going to have it in the show notes. And I think it pretty much nails it on the head. John, you are very eloquent when it comes to wordsmithing and everything like that. Why don't you give us just a quick rundown? So, there's a lot of issues going on here. And there's a lack of trust on the part of players towards the developers. A lot of people feel like they've been lied to. A lot of people feel like the developers have been ignoring them.
A lot of people have been just angry, and any opportunity they get to lash out at the developers, anything they can criticize or jump on, they've been taking the opportunity to do so. And, you know, as the person on the show that typically gets the, like, oh, you must hate Blizzard and all that, because I am critical of them sometimes. If there's something I don't like, I will say I don't like it. But there's a difference between being critical and being vicious. And I feel like a lot of people have gotten to this weird place where it's turned really ugly, and it's unfortunate. It's very possible to be critical of some of the things Blizzard has done. I don't think they've communicated well to us this expansion. I feel like when compared to Mists of Pandaria, where it felt like they were constantly talking about where they were going, what they liked, what they had envisioned for the future and all of that, and all these grand and glorious ideas, it has been dead silent by comparison. Now, a part of that is Mists of Pandaria had very frequent content updates. We had a lot of patches in a very short amount of time. Forget about the year that we spent in the final raid. That was a long outlier at the very end. Up to that point, it was just constant. And that also means there's always something to be talking about. The patch just came out, a couple weeks go by, and now you're talking about the patch that just came out and the patch that they've now talked about coming out. And, oh, they've also thrown out this. It feels like they're constantly communicating to us. Warlords has had 2 patches in the entire time it's been out, and one of them can barely be called a patch. Even Blizzard themselves have said, we probably shouldn't have called that 6.1.
Yeah.
So in a lot of ways, it's had 1 major content update, 2 content updates overall. That's not a lot. Even for the life that it's hadn't been out. It's not a lot. And that means there's not a lot to talk about. Obviously, the sub numbers suggest things have been a little rough. And it's easy to understand why people feel like things have suddenly gone quiet. But everybody... The other thing that's frustrating is that it's a lot of hypocrisy, too. It's people saying, you guys are over-promising and under-delivering, which suggests that they talk too much, right?
Yeah. I mean, Jocelyn, you were just telling me the other day about how Blizzard's just blowing up your email account and tweeting to you all the time and just telling you everything that's going on and what they're promising, right?
Oh, yeah. No, I know all the things.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, saying like, you guys oh, you said you were going to do this and this and this and this, and you didn't do any of it. That might be true. That might not be a false statement, but it suggests that they spoke too much, and that encourages them to say nothing. And then on the other hand, you have people saying, you're not telling us enough. You've been just dead silent this entire expansion. We haven't heard anything from you. So the things people are mad about are even contradicting each other at this point. Mm-hmm. And it's really gotten to a place where, does Blizzard need to improve? Yes, they do. They need to be smarter about what they're communicating, when they communicate it, how it's presented. But as players, it's not enough for us to just say, you guys need to be better. It also needs to be on us to some degree to say, we understand you're a video game company. You're doing the best job you can. And understand that things change. Understand the nature of what this is, of what this relationship between consumer and developer is. Yeah. And so that's kind of my takeaway on it. I know we don't have Jocelyn for too much longer, so I would love to get her thoughts on it before I talk everyone's ear off. So I'm gonna step off the soapbox, and I'm gonna give the soapbox over to Jocelyn. Here you go.
I do agree that it seems like we haven't heard a lot from Blizzard in this expansion. It has been kind of weird, and I think it's because I come from a place of Hearthstone where Team 5 is just like, here is every thought that we have ever had about Hearthstone, and we're just going to go split all over Twitter, and we're going to talk to everybody, and we're going to be really open and get your ideas, get your feedback. Like Ben Brode and Youngwoo and all of the CMs, they're always talking to people, and they always want to know what people think and what they'd like to see in the game, and what's working, what's not working, and they're so interactive with the community that then when I look at Warcraft, I'm like, I feel like anytime I talk about Ashran or I talk about PvP or I tag anyone about Ashran and PvP, it's like yelling at a brick wall. Like, there's no back and forth. There's no kind of anything. When they do make changes, it's not what the community's asked for. And it feels really... It feels bad, man. It just feels bad.
Well, and one of the neat things is that they seem to kind of realize that at this point, though. So, like...
I hope they have. I really hope they have. Because it just, like I say, and it's probably where I come from, but... I want a little bit more out of a game that expects so much of my life, I guess. Like, when you play Warcraft, it's not a small commitment. Like, you're throwing so many hours in. There's so many things to min-max. Like, it's just... There's so much invested in this game. So for them to just be kind of like, la, 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 no, fans, we don't, like... Or at least to give that impression... It doesn't sit well with the community. And I agree that they've gone way too far. And that seems to be true of the internet in general right now for some reason. Just overall, as soon as anybody opens their mouth about anything, they tend to get ripped apart. And it's like, why are we doing this to each other, guys? Like, can't we all just calm down and have rational conversations, maybe? And it seems to be ramping up, and I don't know why that's happening, but everyone seems to be in a vicious kind of mood.
Yeah, I mean, just because you pay, $15 a month or 20,000 or 25,000 gold or whatever to play the game doesn't mean that you can just like rip people's heads off. That's just not right. I mean, one of the comments I saw from the the Gamescom dev Q&A, which there were problems with that. They understood that. Even the devs themselves thought, oh, we thought it was going to be like a Q&A, and the CM team, everybody was like, yeah, we thought it was going to be a Q&A too, like everything.
Yeah, that was really weird. That was like they admitted an internal miscommunication because it was supposed to be a wrap up of the con, and it was billed as a Q&A, and then everyone was like, "Oh my god, Q&A about Legion," and then it was just basically everything we already knew, and I was like, what? Yeah. And they didn't talk about PvP at all, and I was like, I have just been trying to find out for the last week if Conquest is still going to be a thing or not. Can someone just tell me, is Conquest going to be a thing? All I want to know, people.
Yeah.
And it's little stuff like that it's just like, even just little clarifications or whatever. Team 5 is so good at that. It's like they're all over it. They see something where someone doesn't understand and they're like, oh, by the way, that's how this works, or oh, that's how this works, or that's the answer to this question, even if they're not tagged in the tweets. It's crazy. I don't know how they stay on top of it. And they're such a small team. So then when you look at Warcraft, you're just like, you're a much, much, much bigger team. You've been around a whole lot longer. Like, why do we not have this same sort of information flow or just interaction with the community? It's just so walled off. It's weird.
Yeah, and we do have a comment in the chat room that says that they think that the reason why Team 2 has been so quiet all this time is because they actually started on Legion earlier than they would usually start on a new expansion. So they've been so quiet because of that, all the work that's been going into it, which I can see that as actually a fair point. I mean, just like they do with every expansion, they're working on the next one before the newest one to us is even out. And with so little, content being updated and patches and stuff for this cycle, I can see them being on Legion, a lot further into development than they would have been for Draenor normally.
I can see it as a reason, but I can't see it as a justification, right? Because it's one of those things where at this point now, they know there's a problem, and we're not even getting consistent information on how they're going to fix it. Some are saying, yep, we know there's been a communication problem, but they don't explain how they're planning to change it. And then you'll have some blue posts saying, well, frankly, we get raked over the coals whenever we say anything, so we're not saying as much, which doesn't give a lot of faith that this is changing. Or with Legion info, when they say, hey guys, we don't want to talk about things that we don't know about 100% for sure yet because we get yelled at when we do. That doesn't tell me they've learned the correct lessons from all of this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, some of the community managers have been, putting their voices out there a little bit more so. Like, I've seen Lore probably tweet more.
Yeah, Lore's been all over it.
Like,
Lore's been great.
He's been putting stuff in the forums, which is great. He's been tweeting a lot more about it. Nathara, I've actually been seeing her tweet a lot more. Like, I mean, granted, it's not really a whole lot about WoW, but she's actually tweeting more. I mean, I think there was like probably a good 2 or 3 month span where she might have tweeted once or twice here or there, and she's actually starting to become, more active in the community from what I've seen. And I mean, that's a huge difference from what we've seen before. So, hopefully there's some, growing, love for, speaking and the community and everything again, especially after it's been just so toxic to the people who make the game that they love. So hopefully, but keep it up. I hope that the communication keeps going, because if there is one thing that WoW in the past has done better than any other game company that I've seen, well, Blizzard, it's the communication with their players, and knowing that that's happening in the Heroes team and the Hearthstone team, and I have no idea how the Diablo team's going, but I'm assuming that's going pretty good too, because we know a lot
also solid. And that's the big problem, right? The problem is we have these separate teams that we see doing exactly what we wish the WoW team was doing.
Yep. So hopefully that'll get cleared up, especially by Legion, and the fact that they're already giving us so much more information than I thought they would at this point. I mean, there's interviews all over the place, and I know that Jocelyn will be happy about this, but Tom Chilton is actually super excited about PvP in Legion. So, I mean, it's I think we're going back into that golden age of community management.
I hope so. I am really excited for Legion just in general. I think with Draenor, it was almost like they fixed a lot of like back end stuff, a lot of visual stuff, and everything else was kind of secondary. But the stuff that was secondary, which was, storyline, raids, all that kind of stuff, that's what the players actually get their hands on. So I feel like they fixed the game in a lot of ways, but not the experience. So now it seems like with Legion, they're done fixing the game. Now we can get back into that experience.
I totally agree.
I think that's really important. And I just want to again hit on the note, because I think this is the most important part. Guys, we have to also understand Blizzard's position. We also have to be able to look at and understand that them saying we're going to release X, Y, and Z and only getting Y sometimes happens. It's been that way for forever. The dance studio, one of the most common jokes in the world, is a prime example.
Even I know
of
that
this.
joke.
Yes, it's been around forever. There have Path of the Titans. There are so many
Apparently,
things.
the moose being a mount is a thing.
Oh yeah, Ghostcrawler promised us a moose.
Ghostcrawler promised us a moose. There's always things that get talked about that get put on the back burner or canceled or shelved, where it's we might one day come back to it, but we have no plans right now. It always happens. So we have to understand that as a game company, they're not going to try and screw us over. So give them a little leeway.
Definitely.
Just a little
bit. Game companies are hard. They do hard work.
So there's a lot of different ways that they can do communication. You can communicate in a lot of different ways. We've talked about forums. We've talked about Twitter. But to me, I like a statement that is wearable. And no statement that is wearable makes a more clear-cut and direct message point than a great T-shirt.
Oh, yeah.
It's a phenomenal way to communicate to your friends, family, neighbors, passersby, anybody. And the best place you can get a T-shirt to communicate your favorite World of Warcraft podcast, /loot.com. You can head over there, you can click on podcasts, and you can pick up a T-shirt about any show. It doesn't have to be this show, but if you like this show and you want to tell other people about the show without even using words, you can buy the Azeroth Roundtable T-shirt right there on /loot.com. But I hear what you're not saying, Ben, and what you're saying but not saying is that you want to make a statement without a shirt.
That's right. Wait,
I mean, you've been hitting the gym. You've got the six-pack going.
In the fridge.
You got abs like mad. And you're saying, I don't have time to put on a T-shirt.
No.
Everybody's ogling me. I hear you. We have an Azeroth Roundtable pendant that you can put around your neck while still showing your sick abs.
Oh, man.
You can pick
If
that up
I could whistle, I would.
at geekasylum.etsy.com. And you can also pick up while you're there, because why not? Azeroth Roundtable keychain.
Very cool. I hear that there are actually 2 different pictures you can choose from for that one.
That's right. Multiple pictures. Options. That's what we're about.
You get the necklace as one, the keychain as the other. Whoa.
It's like 2 different things.
What?
It is.
It's like 200% more great.
Yes, that is true. Jocelyn, thank you very much for joining us, and I love the fact that you're so excited about PvP, and I hope it is everything you want it to be in the next expansion.
I hope it's amazing, and I hope I can convince other people who normally just do PvE content to jump in and play with me, because I love playing with my friends, and so few of them were into PvP when it was such a gear discrepancy. So I hope this new system is as inclusive as it seems, and then we can all PvP together.
Yep. Well, Jocelyn, I make this promise to you. When Legion comes out, John and I will go and spend some PvP time with you. We'll be PvPeople. And then we'll get you back on the show. We'll talk about it.
Wonderful. Sounds like a plan.
Great. In the meantime, though, how can people find you?
Best way to keep up with everything that I am doing is on Twitter. I'm at GISGamer. But all of the podcasts that I do are over on AMove TV. I do The Angry Chicken, which is every Monday night. And I do The Gamers In, which is every Wednesday night. And if you want to watch those live, they are at twitch.tv/AMoveTV.
Very cool. John, how about you?
If people want to find more of me, you can follow me on Twitter. I'm at John_Jagger. You can catch me on the NVIDIA stream along with Scott Johnson. That is every Saturday from 3 to 6 Pacific Standard Time. We play all sorts of games. You can see some of the Rocket League on there. You can see some Heroes of the Storm. And yeah, that's about it for right now.
Cool.
Ben, what about you? You're a busy man.
I try to be.
When you're not at the gym.
Yeah, all the time.
Rocking out on those abs.
Yeah. Now I really have a huge goal to get to before BlizzCon. Thanks, John. Anyways.
He really let himself go. I don't know what happened. John was saying it was abs for days.
I was just like, I just need a t-shirt and a necklace and I'm fine.
Said an old BlizzCon going man.
Yeah, if you're looking for me, though, you can find me either at the gym or follow me on Twitter. I'm at Ben the Mage. What's really cool is that you can actually listen to me on other shows as well. I'm on Geektopia, which we're going to be recording something special tomorrow, as well as Battle Pets with Eludra. We have a lot of fun doing that. Speaking of which, I've been putting out a lot of fun facts on the Battle Pets Twitter. They're really stupid. If you like my really stupid things that I say, check it out. This show, however, we have a Twitter as well. It's called Azeroth RT. If you have any questions, comments, want to talk to us, send an email to azerothroundtable@gmail.com. And, of course, you can always listen to us anytime on iTunes, on Stitcher, on TuneIn, or azerothroundtable.com. And last but not least, our intro contains music from Volatile Reaction by Kevin MacLeod. You can find more of his music at incompetech.com.
Look at those abs!
And boom, show over.
Nicely done.
Yeah. Thank you so much for coming on this week. I know that you have stuff going on, and I appreciate it more than you can possibly know.
Oh, thanks for having me. You know I always love talking PvP, so I will come on anytime you want.
Wonderful. How about next week? And the week after?
I
and the week
think
after.
I can do.
And the week
think
after.
I can do those.
And the week after. And the week after. And the week after.
Not 2 weeks from now, though. 2 weeks from now I won't be around. But all the other times, I'm sure it's fine.
Okay, cool.
2 weeks.
All
right, guys, I gotta run. Thanks for having me. Bye.
Bye. I'm gonna turn her screen off. There we go. Hey, John, it's just us.
It's just us.
There's
and
abs
the chat
for
room.
days.
And the chat room. Abs for days.
Hey, chat room, how's it going? Then we'll wait for the answer.
Yeah. And then they answer. Eventually.
Oh, wow. That definitely changed the way that things look. You're kind of in the right spot for your picture.
Yeah, but, oh my gosh, my eye.
Oh.
What's funny is, like, the chat room's seeing it now, but the reaction to it's going to be severely late. Oh, man.
Yeah, give me a second here. I'll change it. I'll get you on here.
So what are we talking about now? I don't know. What do you guys want to talk about?
Well, John, I've got some bad news.
There's a cat on your head?
She's not on my head. She was
The
about to get on my
worst
shoulder.
news. The worst news.
Yeah, worst news. Hi, Izzy. Hi. Oh, that's right. They can't see that. Oh, well. Okay, so you know how we were going to play Final Fantasy IV for, on the stream and everything like that?
4-4, yeah.
Yeah, and how we thought it'd be really cool and fun and stuff and break the curse and all that?
Yeah.
Well, I started it.
You had to refund it?
No, I didn't refund it. I actually thought I was going to have to because of that thing that I was telling you about earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't have to refund it, which is good. But I played about maybe, 15 minutes of it or so, and I don't think it's going to be very good streaming.
Okay. I am going to trust your ultimate judgment on this.
Well, I mean, okay, so, you and I, we watch Giant Bomb all the time, and you watch Quick Looks and all that stuff. But, I mean, this is a Final Fantasy game. There's going to be tons of text to wade through, and I don't know. I don't think it's going to be all that great. We can try it. We can do a test on it and see if people actually want to watch it, but I don't know.
I'd rather do something that we're excited about.
Yeah. I mean, I'm excited to play the game. Don't get me wrong, because, I do like the game and I want to play it more. But I don't think it's going to be great for streaming.
Yeah. Maybe the people at some point can tell us what they'd like to see us play.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why I'm making the weird
They want to see your sweet abs.
No. Not so much in the abs department right now.
It's okay. I don't either.
Okay.
It's fine.
That's good.
I'm saying I don't have abs, not I don't want to see it either.
So you're saying you want to see my abs?
I'm also not saying that. There's a lot of things I'm not saying right now. Play D&D, play Rocket League, or Borderlands.
Alessandro,
Svensson wants to see the abs.
Alessandro, funny you say that. Because tomorrow on Geektopia...
We can do voice impressions of the text.
Yeah, we could do that.
Because I do all of, 3 voices, and Ben does all of, 3 voices.
That was very nice. It was much nicer than I thought you were going to go.
I don't know. What'd you think I was going to say?
No voices?
Ben does a really killer Guybrush Threepwood.
You know what? I don't do voice acting. I do interpretive dance acting. I don't know what that is.
Sure. We need more of that. He told the story through interpretive dance. It was fantastic.
Did you get the moral of that one?
Yeah. The
Okay,
moral
good.
is don't let you dance ever again.
Thanks. Yeah, it's a Pexis bonus weekend. Let's,
Kill ourselves.
No. I don't want to kill myself. That's a little extreme, John. Jeez.
Alessandro, yes, we did.
Mhm.
You sent us many emails, which we didn't have time to get to any emails this week, let alone many emails. So I would not be surprised if we addressed some of them in the future. But we didn't have time to get to any emails. We already were kind of cutting the Roundtable a bit short this week.
Yeah.
So
We didn't have news, and there's a lot of news.
yeah, we didn't have news, and it was, well, I mean, most of the news is, hey, cool stuff is coming out.
Oh, yeah. Well, in this case, we can do next week. Hey, a lot of cool stuff came out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay. That'll work. Yeah, we'll do an email show, and it'll be exclusively you.
Yeah. As the person who emails us, we'll call it the Alessander email show. We could encourage people to all of a sudden send us emails, do nothing but answer questions that people ask.
Oh, Tillman's.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, I bet. Tillman's Rogue.
Yeah, so
Bought
okay.
them Cap'n Crunch cream-filled donut hole things, thanks to one of your last podcasts. I thank you, but my arteries hate you. So do mine.
You're welcome.
I'm right there with you. You take a bite, you swallow, and you literally feel your blood pressure change.
Oh, I shouldn't tell you the story then.
Oh no, what happened?
So it was sometime after the move. I think it might have been like the first week or something like that. I wanted a treat of some sort, and I don't know if you know this or not, but I really can't have a lot of like ice cream and milk products. So I went out to get gas or to deposit money in the bank or something like that. So I drove through Taco Bell, and I got a pack of 12 for Sarah and I to share.
Ben,
We shared.
What are you doing?
I ate 6 of those things.
Ben! No!
Oh,
I
yeah.
had 2 and I nearly died.
I'm still here.
Are you?
Bleh.
Like, have you considered that this is what happens when you die?
Shortly after that, I started getting salads at work.
And working on the ab.
Yeah, we're going on those abs.
It was the motivating factor. You had to hit an all-time low before
Yeah,
you could hit the
pretty
high.
much. You know, it's funny. Most of people's all-time lows usually end up around Taco Bell.
You know what? Yep. When I'm depressed, I go to Taco Bell.
Yeah. Why have different, a whole bunch of different flavors when you could just eat the same stuff, but in different forms over and over again?
I had Taco Bell today.
Oh. Why were you depressed?
Probably because it was my birthday yesterday.
Yeah, but you shouldn't have been depressed about that. It's your birthday. We love you.
Thanks. I like you too.
Wait, whoa. Like?
I can't believe you ate 6 of those. That's shocking. That makes my face hurt.
Yeah.
Just thinking about it, it makes my face hurt. Like, I feel like it's caving in on itself just thinking about it.
Yeah. That's kind of how it felt. So, John, we did miss you at Raid last night. I know that's, you were having birthday dinner and stuff like that, and that was pretty cool, probably. Did you go anywhere, or did your dad make steaks?
So I did not have birthday dinner. I had birthday late lunch, early dinner. So at about 2, I went over to Kabuki.
Ooh.
And I ate a lot of sushi.
So you ate the sushi.
I ate not all of the sushi, but most of it.
All right.
I thought I was going to explode. But the nice thing about sushi is that it went away on the car ride home. Most of the time, if you eat as much as I ate, you are uncomfortable for hours. The nice thing with sushi is it works itself out on the ride home, which makes it sound like I pooped my pants.
Yes, it does.
That didn't happen. That wasn't a part of it.
Yeah, well, John, since you weren't at Raid last night... Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear John. Happy birthday to you.
My throat hurt. Just
I needed to
hearing.
drink so much more before that, but I ran out. Usually it's a lot more bubbly.
I didn't know you actually sang the lyrics.
Yeah, I
when
always
you
do.
it. That's fascinating to me.
Yeah.
Maybe I do it wrong.
No, everybody does it their own way. Just
Everybody
my
has
version,
their own way of doing it.
My version of a Murloc just speaks better human.
So here's a funny story about the Murloc birthday singing, which probably should have gone on the show, but
Yeah, I probably should have.
it doesn't need.
I didn't record that. I'm sorry.
So
It'll be on the YouTube though.
Yeah, YouTube will see it. So for people who don't know, our raid team, when it is someone's birthday, we will all sing happy birthday to them like Murlocs, much like what Ben just did. Although I just found out that he actually sings it, which is weird to me. But so last year, I think your birthday every year moves one further back. So like last year, my birthday would have been Wednesday, right? Or would it have been
Unless it
Friday
was a
and
leap
now
year.
it's Thursday?
Yeah. It's one
Which
year.
Because I just said both.
It would have been Wednesday last year.
Okay. So my birthday was Wednesday, so we raided on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
I can remember us sitting on the docks of Orgrimmar, and the funny thing is our raid team doesn't announce always who we're singing for, but you can always tell that it's coming up because people will go, "All right, everybody, you know what we got to do," and like they'll kind of start it off. So I hear someone on the raid team starting it up, and I think, okay, I'm trying to listen to hear whose birthday it is, and they didn't say. And so I was like, all right, well, good thing we sing like Murlocs. So we start singing, and I'm singing along with them, which was fine because, again, when you get to the name, I'm just going blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
That's how I do it.
Mine would have sounded much better
I
again. Needed more spit.
I figured everybody should at least hear my version as well. So I sang along with it, and it gets done, and it gets to the point where the birthday person would probably say, "Thanks, guys." Dead silent. And everybody's being real quiet. And I don't remember who it was, but someone says, "Happy birthday, John." And I realized then that it was for me. I had no idea.
Yeah, I felt really bad that we forgot Scott's, like, on his actual birthday, I think, or it was the day after. I felt horrible about that. I really did, because normally I'm either someone sends me a tell and says, "Hey, it's so-and-so's birthday," or I just know because, you know, I'm close enough friends with them. And I knew it was his birthday. I wish him happy birthday, like, on Twitter and everything, and, like, yeah, I totally forgot. I felt horrible about that. And it was one of those nights where it's like I was, like, really focused on whatever healing thing I'm doing or trying to do a strat or something like that, so it totally spaced me the entire night, and I felt horrible about that. But then I remembered the year before when everybody forgot mine, and I'm like, it's okay, it happens.
Rose saying it was him who started the singing, and it was him who said the "Happy birthday, John" after the long silence, which he said because I remember how nervous I was after the silence.
Wow. Yeah, that happens sometimes.
Yeah, you shouldn't have been nervous. I was just quiet because I didn't know anybody was singing for me.
Yeah, you know what? John wouldn't have even known it was his birthday yesterday if we hadn't tweeted him and stuff, so.
I knew it was my birthday yesterday. Yesterday I knew.
I was really surprised.
I probably knew that Wednesday as well, but I quickly forgot about it because I didn't do anything for it last year.
Yeah.
I
was really happy that you were awake Wednesday night after midnight, though, when I texted you.
Yeah,
I saw you tweet. I'm like, oh, he's awake.
Somehow the logic in my mind that I was getting out of work early the next day worked out to I didn't need to go to bed at any point in the night, so I was up really late. And that wasn't a good idea.
No.
I just had this moment where I realized it's Friday and I don't have to wake up early tomorrow. I'm really happy about it.
Guess who's working some overtime? Woo!
I thought you got a cushy promotion. Like, what happened?
That starts on Monday. Plus, 2 weeks ago, before I knew about the promotion, I actually volunteered for the Saturday. But the cool thing is,
senioritis it up.
No, here's the thing. It still counts as OT. So I'm still getting overtime tomorrow. It's like the last possible day I can actually get it. So I'm taking advantage of that 4.5 hours. I'm super psyched and stoked. I'm super stoked.
Stoked.
Yeah.
Stoked all the hell.
It's going to be like, easy-ish stuff to do too, considering I finished all of mail order before I left today. So, woohoo.
All right. The last overtime you're ever going to get paid for.
Salary.
Welcome to the world of salary.
Yep, eventually. I also like celery.
Sorry.
Oh, speaking of, I saw that video of the Dragon Ball Z characters doing the different voices for, or like reading the lines for movies. That was great. That was so great. Oh, that made me happy.
I've been watching a lot of Dragon Ball Z lately.
I know.
So much Dragon Ball Z. I still think I like Dragon Ball better.
Yeah.
They are both the most formulaic shows in the Gnome world, but I think I like the formula that is Dragon Ball better.
Well, that's what matters, really.
Although I'm enjoying the Majin Buu stuff more this time around than I did originally. Yeah, I think it's because... I don't know, I think it might be because I now know the story, so I'm not getting frustrated with it all the time. Like, I think Dragon Ball Z is like, even for people who are like, no spoilers, like, I think it is the perfect format for knowing spoilers ahead of time, because that show is paced so poorly that not knowing actually becomes an active detriment to the show, where it's just like, come on, like, how many different times is this plan going to go wrong and someone turn into something else and then have another plan that goes wrong?
Here, let's put these earrings on.
Oh, now let's crush the earrings. Like, that's the part, actually, that's the part I'm literally at, is where they're like, we're going to have to fight a guy that's insanely tough. We have a way to beat him. Let's crush it, because, I don't know.
Yeah.
Which at the time probably made me a furious person. But now, at this point, I'm like, but I know it all works out.
Yeah, it all works out. It's cool.
It all works out. Earth blew up. It's okay. It comes back.
Yeah, it happens.
It'll be back.
I don't remember Earth blowing up. It's been so long since I've seen that last bit.
Earth blows up?
Cool.
So do a lot of other planets, actually.
That's right, because I remember, because Chi-Chi's in the way station or whatever, or something.
Yeah. The devil-looking guy, Deborah, turns super good and becomes super obnoxious when he's good.
Yeah, that's right.
Show's dumb.
It is so
Show's
dumb.
really bad and really dumb, and I kind of love it. So
you know what? I wonder... chat room, let me know if the Matrix shows up in the little screenshots, because I haven't moved my mouse in 10 minutes. Now I'm moving my mouse again. You'll have to let me know if it shows up there, because that's
it
what my
does.
screensaver
Look at
is.
it.
Sweet.
There it is. The Matrix.
Yeah, that's right.
Welcome to the post show where we turn into the Matrix.
Anytime I have more than one screen, my screensaver is the Matrix. It's just a rule. And since I got two, Matrix, screensaver.
I kind of like the idea of us being the Matrix for an entire show.
Whoa.
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 I know Kung Fu.
Whoa.
Wait, Trinity.
Whoa.
No.
Whoa.
I'm going to kill them with my acting.
Sad Keanu Reeves.
I feel bad for Keanu Reeves.
He's supposedly like a really good guy.
He's supposedly a really good guy. When you learn his like life story about his girlfriend or whatever, the love of his life, dying horribly in a fire or a car accident or something, you understand why maybe the guy's sad, and you kind of want to cut him a little more slack.
Wow. See, I heard that
I don't remember what it is, but he's had a tough life.
Yeah, I forgot what it
Beyond-
was, but like maybe it was the whole Matrix franchise or something like that. Like his paycheck, he just gave away to people who needed it and stuff, and like he's done a lot of really cool stuff like that. Like he hasn't gone like super Hollywood.
Yeah, it's like he continues to do acting because the next choice is suicide. That sounds really dark. That's not supposed to be. I'm not saying that as like
Whoa.
me speaking for him, but that's what it almost feels like because he doesn't seem to care about anything else except doing his acting.
Oh my
'Cause he
God.
seems sad. He seems really sad. I
You
don't
are
want him to kill
horrible.
himself. I'm happier in a world where there's a Keanu Reeves. I want him to stick around.
Oh, thank you, Chad Iscart. Yes, the second two Matrix movies, he gave the paychecks away. Which makes sense, because, I mean... those movies
He's a
weren't
good guy. He deserves good things, especially because I've heard about a lot of bad things. He deserves good.
He's a cool guy. He's a righteous dude.
Yeah.
I love that part of that movie so much.
I sneezed, but
I
I
know, I
muted
saw
for
it.
it, so you're all welcome.
Chew. There. I added sound in there for you, like, later. It's like a really bad Godzilla dub. Chew. You know, okay, so I've got my Apple TV, and it seems like Hulu, if you watch a lot of shows in succession, the sound gets unsynced, and it is one of the most annoying things to me. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because...
Great. It makes me laugh every single time.
it just irritates me. Like, I don't know if it's because, you know, I do a lot of sound editing now or something, but like when it just doesn't match, I'm like, oh, it's horrible. It's a really bad dub, and I just, ugh. So like, I'm sure it's annoying. And if it's not, then Sarah's awesome. But every now and then I'll be like, okay, I have to stop this. So I stop it, turn the whole thing off, turn it back on, restart the show, and it's synced again. And then I'm like, okay, I'm okay now.
What do
But
you watch on Hulu?
lots of stuff. We cut our cable, so anything that we watch, it's on
So
Hulu.
did I. I don't have Hulu.
Ooh. Hulu.
I won't ever tell anybody why I got Hulu for a brief period of time.
Why'd you get Hulu for a brief period of time?
I'm not telling anybody. I didn't say it so that I could then say it. I said it because the thought popped into my head.
Was it wrestling, and then you subscribed to
It
the wrestling network
was
instead?
wrestling related. And people might be able to figure out just from that alone what it was. If the chat room guesses it, I will confirm it, but I don't think I'll be able to guess it. So
No,
it's fine.
you're not annoying. I'm annoying.
Are you annoying, Ben?
You tell me.
No. You're not annoying.
Thanks. Mew asks, is it Sex in the City marathons?
Nope. How is that wrestling related?
Apparently you've never seen Sex in the City.
I see Sarah Jessica Parker and I just want to give her a tombstone pile driver.
They wrestle with other people, John.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, I was just trying to I don't think people will get it. It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
They don't need to guess it.
It's all
Probably
fine.
better that the world not know.
We're fine
that I
here.
watched this.
How are you?
It's better. Well, it's bad enough I watched it. It's extra bad that I really liked it.
You gotta tell us now.
They have all the tools. Let me see. I'm going to go to Hulu.com. I'm going to see how difficult it would be to figure it out. If it's hard to figure out, I will tell you if it's easy. So I've gone to Hulu.
Mm-hmm.
The only hint I've given that it's wrestling related, so I'm going to type wrestling.
You watched The Wrestler. Did you
No.
watch Hitman Heart
Are
Wrestling the
you
Shadows?
going to just go through everything until you figure it out?
Yes, I am.
This might actually be harder to find.
You watched WWE Extras. Wait, did you watch the girls only wrestling?
What do you mean the girls only?
Isn't there
wrestling?
like I don't know where the see I don't watch wrestling so I don't know, but don't they just have like the girls fighting each other in some matches?
I mean, yes, in some matches on all of their programming. Female wrestling is a thing, Ben.
Oh, is that why you signed up?
No.
Oh.
In NXT, which is kind of like their the comparison everybody says it's like college football of wrestling. It's like before you go on to live television with WWE, you do NXT.
Okay.
The female wrestling there is phenomenal. It's actually, I typically like it better than the male wrestling. It's good. It's good stuff.
So how easy is it? Will we be able to find it?
I don't know. I stopped looking.
That means
I
that it's not all
decided
that
I was
easy.
going to try and steer the conversation in a different way.
So what was it?
I wish I had control of the stream, because I would totally... Oh, no, it wasn't Thunder in Paradise, but if Thunder in Paradise was on there, I would probably watch that. At least an episode. That show looks awful. Looks absolutely awful.
What's
I would
Thunder
be
in
ashamed
Paradise?
of watching it. It's an old TV show where Hulk Hogan was a main character. And they had a boat.
I think I remember
It's like
that.
Night Boat, essentially. It's like Night Boat... if Night Boat was real.
Was it the Hogan Family reality show?
No. It was not.
Okay, so speaking of old TV shows with boats, maybe it was Night Boat, maybe not, probably not. There used to be a show where this is going to sound like a fever dream, but I swear to God it was a TV show. I don't know where it took place, something, like Florida Keys or something like that. I had a dude, and he had, some sort of night boat-ish type thing where it's like this fancy boat or whatever. But on the boat lived the ghost of, a pirate or something.
Okay.
I swear this is a real thing. And, he couldn't go very far from the boat. And I just remember that, yeah, that's all I remember. It was, sometime in the 80s. I don't remember. But I swear that's what it was like. And I realize you're so much younger than me, you have no idea that that's, not even a possibility in your head. But
Nope.
Is that a show you would watch?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
I would watch mini shows.
That's true.
In response to Moose 1892, when Columbus sailed the ocean blue, I don't know if that's true.
No, it's 1492. The moose is 400 years off.
Wrestling is fake. Check out the female UFC MMA fighters. Ronda Rousey plays Warcraft, the champ. Yeah, I am familiar with Ronda Rousey. Also, she was at WrestleMania this past year, speaking of fake wrestling. Of course I know wrestling's fake. Everybody knows it's fake.
The stories of wrestling is fake. The physicality of it is real.
Yeah. That's why I watch it for two reasons. One, the really bad... Well, I don't watch it, actually. I haven't watched it in a while.
Good job.
Because it's gotten real bad. Wrestling was bad, and it got really bad, so it's been a while. But when I did watch it, I watched it for the bad story and for the athleticism of it. Because whether it's scripted or not, there's athleticism to it.
Yep,
so,
those abs, right?
Those abs, right? Yeah, abs for days. So, yeah. Although if you want to watch a funny video, whether you like wrestling or not, I have shown it to people who like wrestling and people who don't, and everybody likes it equally, it seems. Do a search for the video. I'll even put it in the chat. Wrestling Isn't Wrestling. It is a phenomenal video based entirely around the premise of people who always say, it's fake, right? In fact, the video starts with the Mythbusters saying, it isn't real, right?
I will watch that. Oh, it's 25 minutes. I'll watch that later.
It will not be a right now thing.
No.
It's phenomenal video.
That is a great South Park episode, by the way, when they want to become wrestlers.
Mm-hmm. It's very good. I don't know, Ben. You want to call this a post show?
Yeah, I was actually just about to get there. After you tell us what that show was that you signed up to Hulu for.
Again, if I had access to the stream button, I would totally pull a... All right, I'll tell you. The show was in stream.
Come on, you can tell me.
I'm not going to tell you. I'll type it in Skype.
Just say what you were just about to say.
No, I'm not going to. People need to go and figure it out for themselves.
I was trying to do the thing where I end the stream because I wasn't ready when you did it the first time.
Oh, okay.
So forget it. We're just not
You're
even
not
going to
actually going to end the show, though.
I was totally going to end the show.
Okay, let's do it. Okay, back.
Yeah, pretend that didn't happen.
Pretend that didn't happen.
Actually, you
All
know
right,
what?
Ben.
When you put it up on YouTube, you could just, like, cut it right there.